All right, let's get right into it, because what we're talking about today could seriously shake up how you, as a retail trader, look at the markets. We're going to break down a brand new connection between the Claude AI and, you know it, TradingView. And this isn't some small update, it is a massive step forward. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This quote right here really sets the tone. When you hear somebody say that a new tool is the most game-changing thing they've done in a long time, you gotta pay attention. So, what's the big deal? What makes this so different? Well, to really get it, you have to see what we were working with before. The old way of trying to get AI to help with trading was, frankly, clumsy. It was slow and just not that helpful for making decisions in the heat of the moment. So the old way was kind of like trying to describe a live football game to someone over a laggy phone call. You take a screenshot of your chart, feed it to the AI, but by the time it figured out what was going on, the price had already moved. Plus, it was just looking at pixels, which meant mistakes could happen. The new way, it's like watching the game in 4K. It's a direct, live feed. Claude sees what you see when you see it, automatically scanning your charts with way fewer errors. So how does all this magic actually happen? Well, the piece of tech that ties this all together is called the multi-channel protocol, or MCP. Just think of it as the engine that powers your new AI trading assistant. And here's the key thing. The MCP is like a secure bridge. All that data that used to be locked inside TradingView, your live prices, all your indicators, even the lines you draw on the chart, can now flow straight to Claude AI. And the fact that it all happens right there on your own computer, that's a huge win for both speed and privacy. And you're probably thinking, okay, this sounds complicated to set up. But it's actually pretty straightforward. You just need 4 things: the desktop apps for Claude and TradingView, a TradingView subscription, and then you just use a simple prompt to get the little local server running that connects them. You don't have to be some coding genius to get this thing going. Okay, now for the really fun part. Once you're all hooked up, what can you actually do with this? Let's walk through some of the incredible things this new setup unlocks, starting with the most obvious one. Imagine looking at a chart and instead of squinting and drawing lines, you just ask it a question in plain English. With this connection, you can ask Claude to analyze any chart you're looking at, and it will actually draw its answer right on your TradingView chart. No more guessing, just direct visual feedback.
And this right here just shows you the power perfectly. The user asks Claude for an analysis, and boom, it instantly drew the key support and resistance zones right there. It didn't just type out a response, it gave a visual strategy, pointing out the exact areas you need to watch. That's immediately actionable.
But it gets even crazier. What if you've got a trading idea, a specific strategy, but you have no idea how to code in PineScript? Well, now you don't have to. You can just ask for it in English. I mean, a simple sentence like this can become your next custom indicator. Claude will take that request, write the code behind the scenes, and then pop that indicator right into your TradingView. This just blows the doors wide open for creating your own strategies, no matter your skill level. And this tool isn't just for looking at one chart at a time. It's an absolute beast for managing your whole portfolio, especially for things like relative strength analysis. You know, when you're trying to figure out which of your assets is the strongest. Think about the time this saves. Instead of manually making those messy spaghetti charts where you overlay everything yourself, you can just ask. With one simple question, the AI can overlay Solana and Ethereum and give you an opinion on which one looks stronger. You could do this for your entire watch list in minutes. So beyond just being an assistant, this setup basically turns Claude into your own personal trading tutor. It's there 24/7, right inside the platform where you're doing the work. For anyone still learning, this is unbelievable. You can pull up, say, the MACD and just ask Claude, hey, what is this telling me right now on this chart? You can get instant explanations for weird price moves, check if that idea you saw on Twitter has any merit, and even backtest your own strategies. It's like a fast track to leveling up your skills. Now, everything we've looked at so far is incredible, but it's all running on your computer while you're sitting there. So the next logical step is, what if you could take all this power and have it work for you 24/7, whether you're at your desk or not? And that is where something called OpenClaw comes into the picture. If the local setup is your AI co-pilot, think of OpenClaw as the full autopilot. It takes this whole connection and puts it on a dedicated server that's always on, unlocking a totally new level of automation. With OpenClaw, the possibilities are just mind-blowing. Your AI is scanning the markets for you around the clock. You can literally send it voice commands from your phone through Telegram. You can set up super complex alerts like, hey, let me know when the RSI shows divergence and the price hits this key support level. It could even suggest rebalancing your portfolio, and maybe most importantly, it can help execute your plan without all the emotion that trips so many of us up. So, as this stuff gets easier to use and even more powerful, it really makes you think. We've gone from staring at charts by ourselves to having an AI copilot, and now we're right on the edge of these fully autonomous systems. It really just leaves you with one big question. In the future, is your trading partner even going to be a person, or will it be an AI?